Alrighty guys, well this is today's project. This is a Husqvarna. It's been sitting outside. A friend of mine gave it to me and we're going to attempt to get it running. Now you may notice I'm in a different location. That is because I closed my shop that I ran for almost 3 years, and that was for various purposes. So I'm no longer in outdoor power equipment from a business standpoint, but I'm still going to do it as a hobby, and who knows, maybe these videos will take off. Alright, so let me get some tools and we'll look this thing over and see if we can get it running, because tilling a couple of places in the yard, and my 5-foot tiller that fits behind my tractor is currently not working. Well, let's get started. Hopefully the lighting is still good. I had to close the other door, but we're going to do some preliminary things here. First, does it pull over? And it does. Starter rope looks to be in good shape. Check the gas tank. And there is old gas in it, which is great. There's something wrapped around the plug wire here. And this is one of them motors that it's a pain to check the oil on. So let's see if it's got any oil. Right down there is where you check the oil. It's kind of hard to see, but we're going to go ahead and give it a check. See if any runs out. Does it have oil? Oh yeah, it's up to the threads, and it don't look too bad, but I'll change it once we get it going. And I do smell old gas now that I'm up close to it, so it'll be fun. Let's get the motor tore apart. One thing is I don't have a chair yet to sit in, so it's going to be kind of uncomfortable. I don't even have a work table yet because I'm still putting this place together. But these motors, they're not the world's easiest to work on. To get the gas tank off, you have to take like a bunch of screws out, and the carburetor's not easy either. That moves, that gas line doesn't seem petrified. That's not a good sign. If that butterfly, well, I got it loose, but it's sticky. So I'm going to grab some tools and get this thing running, hopefully. Get this air filter off first. You can also use a 5/16, but I just use a screwdriver. And it is like 47 degrees, and this building I'm in has no heat. So I'm going to try to do this as quick as possible. And then tools in my toolbox were very, very cold. I cannot find my nut driver because everything got misplaced when I moved from the shop. Let's see here. This screw is bent, which tells me someone's been in here. And that is not as bad as I thought it would be. It's actually reusable. But I do smell old gas. Is this okay? This motor is newer. A lot of these, no, it's metric. Great. 5/16 will work. Some of these older Briggs where they use standard SAE fasteners. A lot of the newer ones, this one's from 2010. I don't remember when the year changed, but sometime in the late 2000s, I'm talking late, like probably 2008, 2009, I would say they're metric, but so that means I'm going to have to go back to the box and get different size sockets, fasteners. Listen to me. Just going to get this off. That's loose as ever, so that tells me something's been in here. Get this off. Get this off. This little choke thing should just pull it off. Yeah, that carburetor don't look promising, but I always say that, and I'm sure I can work some magic on it. Now let's see if a 3/8 fits this. And it does not, so it tells me it's a 10 millimeter. So let me go put these two sockets back. I may just grab a T30 star. It'd be a lot easier to get to. But before I take that carburetor off, we got to get this tank off. So before I go back to the box, I might as well do that. So to get this tank off, like I said, you got to actually, I'm going to get the carburetor off first, because this has a gas valve on it. We'll do with the tank last. So we can go get a T30 Star or a Torx. Because if you look here, you have to forgive me for my horrible camera work. Because like I said, this building's not set up yet. But right there you can use either 10mm or a T30 Star. I prefer the Star because it's easier. Alright, so I got a T30 here. And it should be the right size. Yeah, I've worked on my fair share of these motors. It's easier than trying to find a 10mm. Let me get rid of this gas line. I hadn't smelled old gas in a while, so this is kind of exciting for me. Oh, that gas line's hard, and I put a hole in it. Looks to me like that's more water than gas, which is not good. Now I smell the old gas. And with the insulator block. It does not smell good at all. I can't get the darn thing out of there. There we go. Here's our carburetor. Let me find a spot and we'll open this up and see how bad it is. Alright, like I said, I don't have a work table yet. That should be a 1/2 inch, should fit that. Yes, a 1/2 inch does fit that. Got it. How bad do y'all think this is going to be? I think it's not going to be savable, but then again, I could be wrong. Not bad, not bad. That's old gas. I'm surprised. Looks like 2-cycle gas. These bowl gaskets, when they get old gas on them, you can just forget them. I mean, they stretch. Let's see if this needle seat, if I can save it. Some of these models didn't use Welch plugs. And carb spray is not going to hurt the needle seat. Free up this. Okay. Main thing that you got to pay attention to is this. It has 2 holes in it, one in the side and one right down the middle. So I do have to go find a thin piece of wire. So back when I ran a shop, we used to get these repair tags and they have a piece of thin wire on them. And this is what I've always used to clean out these little center jets with. Because you can feel when they fit right down in there, just like I'm doing here. Now, I get to spray this off. Pretty good. I like to take this. It tells me it's clear, even though there's a little bit of crud on there. This float bowl clean. Let that soak for a minute. I'll go get a screwdriver. Oh, I got a screwdriver. Good. So we'll give this here a stir. Not gonna hurt it. Some people go as far as sandblasting them. I never do that because this stuff will dissolve when some good gas hits it. Alright, so now I just need a float bowl gasket. Scrape this out a little bit more. So at first I thought this was rust, and it's not. It's just old gas caked on here. See here? It's coming right off, which is good. I don't care about that. Alright, let me put this back together. Hook a little needle valve on here. Needle valve setting all the way down. Alright, so let me go get a bowl gasket off the back shelf and we can put this thing back together. So this same carburetor bowl gasket that fits a quantum engine will fit this motor. You just kind of have to stretch it a little tiny bit. Now, could this carburetor still leak? Absolutely. Could I be wasting my time? Absolutely. But this is a will it run. This is not let's fix it. I mean, if I was fixing this, I'd throw a new carburetor on it, but I just want to see if it'll run. And who knows, it may run off this carburetor. That's the joy about working on this stuff, is you don't know. This is like a mystery. Go ahead and tighten this up. Alright. A lot of times you don't get this tight, it will leak. I don't hear the float moving, that's a problem. Normally you hear the float move. So I do believe we're going to have a problem with the float. I'm going to have to go dig through boxes and find a carburetor, because I know I've got a carburetor. I just don't know where. And yeah, that float's sitting way too high. So I did some digging and I found a new carburetor that would work. Now the only difference is this, but it doesn't matter, it's going to make the gas line longer. So my only problem now is getting old gas all over that throttle's stuck. Great. Okay, there we go. I can get the spring on afterwards. Right now, all I want to do is get this lined up and started. Move that out the way. Okay. Just a little bit. Trying to get this lined up here. Oh, don't tell me that. I hope it works. Yes. I thought for a second these are shoulder bolts, and I thought for a second that this new carburetor, which is basically the same carburetor as the old one, it's just got a different fuel inlet on it. I thought that the piece where it goes through was different, but luckily it is not. There we go. Uh-oh. Well, that's a good thing. Another aggravating part. That ain't the right screw. Hope this works. Alright, as you see in the video, I had to put another carburetor on it. I know the video wasn't that great because the way I had the camera set up and everything, but let's see what this thing will do. Cables froze up on it, but other than that, it's pretty good for being free. And this one's dual rotating tires. I mean, it did pretty good. That was a counter rotating, which you use for ground braking. But yeah, Husqvarna, they don't make tillers anymore. In my opinion, they were the best tillers ever made. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, and there'll be better ones to come than this. See you on the next one. Bye for now.